What's happening, guys? So we're back here. It is Sunday, Labor Day weekend. I'm still a little under the weather. I apologize. I didn't shoot any daily vlog yesterday. We're actually just really busy. So yesterday I got that deal finished up from our outer island customer. Well, got it closed. We finally got to the number, got it where we needed to be. He's actually picking up the Bronco today, or his family is. So we're gonna finalize that deal to close out the month. I also had a customer that I was working on our nice Oxford White Maverick Lobo. He finally came in after we agreed to some numbers, signed up all his paperwork. He's gonna be bringing us the check from his bank on Tuesday, since it is the long weekend and his bank was closed. Today we're just gonna hope it ends up being pretty busy. Weather doesn't look the greatest, unfortunately. It looks like it might be a little rainy. I know I do have some ICO offers to follow up on. I also have a customer coming back tomorrow that we did an ICO offer for, that accepted it, and they're gonna sell us their 2014 Legacy. So we'll do that tomorrow for sure. Hopefully we can get some deals going for today, but that's kind of the update. I apologize, we haven't done a lot of vlogs this week because I've been feeling under the weather. I'm still under the weather, getting more congested by the day, unfortunately. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not in my voice, but I am pretty stuffed up. It's definitely making it miserable to work. We're gonna try and get some stuff done today. Hope everybody's out there enjoying time with their families on this Labor Day weekend. If you got a minute and you're in the market for a new vehicle, come check us out. We're gonna be here today. We'll be here tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's a little shorter schedule. We're only here 10 to 5. So come check us out tomorrow as well if you're off. We got some new cars, some used cars to go through. We do have some good incentives going on, some extra rebates happening, like on the Lobo. The Lobo actually has a $3,000 rebate on it right now. It's the only Mavericks that have it. And there's enhanced trade assist on top of that, so you can get $1,000 more on your trade-in just from Ford. So that's how we ended up putting that deal together. He got $4,000 off of MSRP on that Oxford White Lobo. But I'm gonna go and do some follow-up. I got some customers waiting for responses. We're gonna try and see what we can get going for the day, and I will recap with you guys at some point later. What's happening, guys? So as you can see, we're back at home. It's pretty late at night. Didn't end up getting a chance to film another closeout video while I was at the dealership today. Ended up kind of just working to the end. 5 o'clock crept up kind of quickly. I dipped up out of there a little after 5, went pick Paisley up, got back home. But I wanted to do a recap of the day and a recap of the month. So here we are home. I'm pouring myself a drink for tonight, and we're going to talk about how the whole month went. So pour yourself a drink too. I'm drinking Old Charter Oak, French Oak Barrel Aged, Kentucky Bourbon Whiskey. This was actually gifted to us. My sister brought this home. I guess it was a gift from her boyfriend's family for her to take back to bring to us here back in Hawaii before she moved up. So I've had this a couple of times already. As you can see, the bottle's not brand new. I'm not usually a big bourbon drinker. I prefer a scotch if I do drink, which is pretty rare nowadays. I don't drink a whole lot. But we're going to have a drink and we're going to talk about how this month went, because this wasn't a great month. I definitely need a drink after this one. So for starters today, didn't end up making any more deals. I did deliver the Bronco that we talked about for the outer island customer. His family picked it up today. They're going to get some modifications done to it, and they're going to bring it back so we can get it shipped out to Lanai for him. I did get a couple of ups today. So took an up from a gentleman named Scott and his wife Shannon that are both realtors, and they were looking for a truck We didn't exactly have what they're looking for. So they're looking for probably a half ton truck, something over 6,000 pound GVW with at least a 6.5 foot bed because they needed more bed space for staging purposes. And they really wanted a crew cab truck. I actually had one. We do have one in stock. It's a 2020 Chevy Silverado Trail Boss. It is nice, bright, and American red. Um, I think it's got like 45,000 miles, something like that on it. Not too bad on the mileage, pretty good prices, like 38 grand. But they just weren't really into it. And we couldn't find a key for it for whatever reason. I think it's still in our service department because it hasn't completed in UCI yet. So I spoke with those folks. Couldn't really make anything happen there. Um, and that was pretty much it. That was it for like ups that I got today. Just helped out that family today that was picking up from Outer Island customer. So that kind of concluded for the day. I did have a bunch of ICO leads that came in today. We had one that I actually pursued, which I normally don't. That was from Kauai. So it's a 2018 Tahoe, low mileage, nice truck that's on Kauai. We made an offer on that one, and we might get a little more aggressive. See, maybe we'll pay to ship it instead of having them take care of shipping. But that was a nice clean unit, something we could definitely use for the lot. But recap on the month. Let's take a sip here. So, recap on the month. That definitely opens you up when you're nice and congested. Really slow month for me. And not for a lack of trying. I'm telling you. I banged out a lot of leads. Took a good amount of ups. Could take more ups. That's going to be something for September for sure. Need to take more ups and not concentrate so much on leads. Definitely getting distracted a little bit with spending too much time thinking about content and trying to come up with ideas for content to shoot. So need to get a little better on that in September. Not going to slow down on content, but need to blend the two even more. Just got to get our nose even more to the grindstone to get something done. But total count for the month, only 4.5 deals. That's just not going to cut it. 4.5 deals does not keep the food on the table, unfortunately. So that's less than half of what I've been averaging. Let's see. I did the prior month, I did 11.5. Month before that, I did 9.5. And the month before that, I did 6 or 6.5. But that month was a half month. That was when I first started in May. And I managed to get like 6 or 6.5 out in 2 weeks. So we have been hovering around that 10 car average. This month just absolutely totaled that average with only 4.5 deals made. So that's not going to cut it. We're going to have to do something better in September. And we're going to get after it and we're going to make it happen one way or another. We're going to have to take more ups. I'm definitely not going to change how often I work. I already work plenty enough. I'm here open to close 5 to 6 days a week as it is. We're not going to change that. But there are things that I think I can do a little bit better at, like taking more ups on the lot. So that's definitely something this month I've fallen back on, and you guys have probably noticed it in content as well. There wasn't nearly as many days of seeing me on the lot moving things around. Part of that's because we have so many cars now in inventory that it is completely not a one-man job. Like, to move vehicles around now really takes 2, 3, 4 guys because you have to move so many vehicles around just to move stuff. So we're going to see. I need to definitely spend more time out on the lot and less time just following up with leads on the computer. So we'll see how that turns out for next month. I do know coming up next month, I have a couple of Mavericks that are shipping in that are going to be deals. So I believe those will land next month. They should. One is a special order. One is the one we talked about earlier in the month that they put a deposit on that is still on the boat. Feel free to roast me in the comments, by the way. I am aware that this is a stemless wine glass, and this isn't a whiskey glass. For whatever reason, I can't find my whiskey tumblers anywhere. And I don't drink very often anymore, so it's not worth me looking around. Wine glass works for now. Let that nice bourbon breathe. I think this is like, I could be wrong, but I think this is like a $400 bottle of bourbon, by the way. So I'm not a huge bourbon person because I tend to find bourbons to be a little bit harsh for me. But this is a very smooth bourbon. It's a nice bourbon. So shout out to, I'm going to feel really bad if I get this wrong, but I believe my sister's boyfriend's name is Hunter and his family. Shout out to them. Thank you guys very much for the bottle. We are definitely enjoying it, or I'm enjoying it. Nobody else here drinks whiskey other than me, pretty much. But I am drinking it and enjoying it. But that's the recap for the month, guys. We need to do better in September. We're going to do better. All we can do is keep fighting and keep getting better. So get at me. New cars, used cars. We're buying a lot. Our used car inventory is starting to get better and better. And that's going to help us moving into September for sure. So my spirits are high. I definitely was struggling through this entire month. But it's the highs and lows of the business. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is sometimes. There's going to be months where I'm going to sell 15, 20 cars, I'm sure. I know it's going to happen. And there's going to be months like this where I don't sell a lot. Hopefully no more months like this where it's only 4.5. Because like I said, that don't put food on the table, unfortunately. A lot of guys think that us as car salesmen just make a ton of money. And actually, I'm going to do a Q&A video, I think, at some point this week about common car business misconceptions, and how we get paid is one of those major misconceptions that people tend to have because they think we get paid like realtors, because those are the other big sales job that people associate us with. We don't get paid like realtors. It's not the same at all. Very different. But that's a wrap for tonight. That's a wrap for this month. We're going to put it all behind us. We're going to go into the first Labor Day. We're going to get after it, and we're going to make bigger things happen in September. I appreciate everybody that comes out, watches these videos. I hope you guys are enjoying a nice drink as well at the end of the night. Hopefully you guys aren't starting your morning off with a drink when you guys watch these videos. But if you are, hey, do you, boo-boo. Well, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys for watching the videos. Like, comment, subscribe down below. We're getting there one subscriber at a time. We're up to 21 subscribers now as of today. Super stoked about that. The short form content is really helping, and we're going to keep moving forward with that. But I'll see you guys back tomorrow. We'll be at the store. It's going to be Labor Day. Hope you guys are having fun with the family. I'm going to get after it, and we're going to start putting numbers on the board in September.